Okay, welcome everybody. It's amazing to start our conference. So, officially, we are starting. I can say officially, good afternoon, buonasera. It's amazing moment that arrived finally. My name is Bartek. As some of you already know, I'm the president of Europejska Fundacja Rozwoju, Człowieka from Poland, and we are extremely happy that with our project we arrived to the final meeting, final conference. And we are happy to have our guests from 7 countries here. And we will have this final closing together. With me, co-leading the conference will be Silvia from Italy, and I'm passing now the voice to her.
Thank you very much, Bartek. So, as many of you know me, after this 4.5 years of cooperation, I'm Silvia. I am from EuroDemos Youth Mobility NGO, and it's the hosting organization that today is finally closing with this conference 4.5 years of collaboration and after pandemic, which has marked definitely our project profoundly, not only in terms of time stopping, but also in terms of changing. We had a lot of ups and downs in our project after we met last time in Brazil, thanks to the Fools. And aftermath, we had collaboration online, but today, finally, we are here. And so far, we are very happy to have you all, to have all the 7 countries that have participated in TED3. And we hope that with this final conference, we could wrap up all that happened, all that we have done together in this time, in this long time. But first of all, let me a bit remind to the public and explain a bit what has been this 4.5 years long cooperation. So TED3, which is an acronym that from the beginning stood for Tools for Employment and Environmental Education Development, has been, because at this point we are finishing, has been as an Erasmus project approved by the European Commission. It's a project based on a co-funding system, and it is born from the synergy of several organizations, which organizations are in promotion of youth work or social work, depending if they're coming from Latin America or if they're coming from Europe by definition. And each of us has worked on the exactly way of social entrepreneurship through environmental development, how to positively intervene through the adoption of educational and experiential activities that we both from one side are or were running in our organizations, and on the other side that we built within the project, within our mobility project. So let's say that the partnership has been led by the Polish organization, Europejska Fundacja Rozwoju, Człowieka. It has been the applicant organization for us. So in these terms, it has been in 2018 when our project has started together with all of you. And the applicant then chose 6 more partners from Italy, which is us, from Estonia, from Spain, from Peru, Brazil, and Mexico. The project has started from the perspective that environmental issues were already happening in those times. We collected the surveys of research with more than 300 replies between Latin America, independently from the countries that then led into the partnership, and from Europe. In this survey, we could notice that there were already at the time, so almost 5.5 years ago, issues as climate change, environmental impact in sense of urban development. There were problems with waste management, definitely, air pollution, urban reconstruction, and water management or soil protection. Within the project then entered some transversal topics as biodiversity, nature preservation, deforestation, and more onwards. Within this, all our organizations, all of us, unites in one principle, which is non-formal education. So the main target was through green education to create certain points where through our cooperation and our mobility parts, we could instruct, educate, give learning points to other youth workers all over Europe and all over Latin America, and constitute then a target to not only educate but also to acknowledge, to make them understand what our consortium was at that time pursuing, was trying to do. So once applied, the project got the approval of the European Commission, and we started our work finally in 2019, when we settled the aims at power of the project of the three. So the main point, what we wanted to do from the beginning was to offer alternatives, offer opportunities and examples, solutions that could respond in terms of education to the mentioned problems and issues that before I was saying. We adopted more or less a realistic approach. Surely we upgraded on innovation, and all of us, based on experience learning and on formal education, we had definitely our snowball effect. Of course, when in 2020 we had to stop because the pandemic obliged to, we will say that the partnership didn't stop working in real. Why? Because, well, the power of digital boost, and we all have tried to take on that and to try to freeze the project until we could. And today, finally, after a few times, thanks to the collaboration of the European Commission, we could reactivate the project to close it. But what our project was in the direction to produce, which were the outputs. So TED3 was focusing on 5 main outputs. The first one, which is the most known, I suspect, is the toolkit, which is composed by youth work or social work practices, together with some samples which we studied during the COVID times, and a bit earlier, even the COVID times. Then we have the Youth Work Bank, which is already active. It's a collective and database of creative initiatives that are undertaken at the local level, which we studied and we presented. Each partner has presented 15 of each of them. Then we had the Green Lab incubator model, which was consisting of a strategic planning model to bring environmental change and taking in charge social enterprises. So all of us in this incubator are going to transfer all what we gathered, and there will be an interlink in the website that is going to be active to contact us and transfer our knowledge of the 4 years and a half. After these two, we also have to mention the TED3 webinars. All of us know what is the TED3 TED webinars. It's a set of the 10 TED Talk format. Videos on the YouTube channel, which everybody can all the time access. And they are based on social enterprises practices and environmental education experiences that us all together, youth workers, educators, social workers, have been living, and that we already partially launched online. Both products and outputs of it are oriented to green technology empowerment, and also to try to interlink in cross-sectorals, which means that all of us can use and peruse all the products that we have put into the net, to also try to collaborate with other stakeholders. For stakeholders, we intend universities, municipalities, in the case of Italy, for example, also metropolitan cities, etc., regions, even governments at the level that each of us has management there, and we can try to presenting everything. We can open more collaborations. And fifth, which is the last, is the production. All the production we have done until now is going to be on a website, and this is guaranteeing absolutely social inclusion, which means that it's going to be translated into 5 different languages that are characterizing our partnership, which is not anymore English only. So it's Portuguese, it's Spanish, it's Polish, it's Italian, and it's Estonian. This system includes everybody, including people. Then it's very important if we want to go on sustainable development, which means that youngsters or non-youngsters who would like to read our products can also get instructed about practices, about what we have done, about what they can do to change paradigms of environmental issues. So this is very important for us. So these 5 outputs are the beautiful results, let's say, that came out from activities which we held during all these times. And what we have done, we are speaking about 14 activities that have been divided technically into 2 Erasmus Plus capacity building meetings, which are the kickoff meeting, the first one in Poland, it was in the March of 2019, and this one happening now, the closing conference and seminar in Italy. Then we had 2 Erasmus Plus training courses defined as training for trainers and training of trainers. The first one was in Mexico at the end of April 2019, and the last one was in Brazil. It was our last activity before COVID has blocked down. It was in January 2020. Then we had in the summer 2019 6 job shadowings in 6 different countries. Then 4 countries, 2 in Europe and 2 in Latin America, have held 4 different local workshops undertaken during 2 activity days and developed in English and native language, so bilingualism. So the structure of activity has made us arrive to what we are today. A set of partners with lot of youth workers and social workers, educators, and also beautiful learners who are now capable of making things happen. But to make this happen, we are not alone. So nothing could happen without this partnership. So far, we have a moment of sharing with other countries and all the partners included here in TED3 leadership. So we would like now to call the first partner, and we would like you to join us. We have some questions for you. Then we welcome for the first round of questions interviews our beloved partner from Spain, Tabala Organization, Raimi and Carla. Please join us. Hello, welcome. So we have a few questions for you. You will let me know who is gonna answering to what, so I pass you the mic. As a first question is, what changes and inspirational points brought TED3 in your sustainable youth work practices at Tabala?
Hello to everybody. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you obviously for EuroDemos to host us during that days. And if we focus in that question, for us was very inspired this project because when we start the project for more or less for 4 years ago, then the topic of climate change, it's growing up in every country. And then we start to create and apply new projects. For example, zero waste with our restaurants connected with the schools and so on. And other thing was other project was an European Solidarity Corps local project. Is running is a workshop connected with the high school of our area, connected with intimal and ecological products. Okay, we are doing workshops in different high school between the last April, in the next April, and more or less this is our connection, new projects with the TED3.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much. The next question is what Tabala has done to contribute to TED3 development and community exchange. Carla?
Thank you. Tabala has an amazing team that has participated in all stages of TED3 project since the beginning, since the kickoff meeting. We had NASA and Arantxa going to Poland. Then Arantxa and me, we went to Mexico. Marta in Spain with Raimi did a wonderful job in the job shadowing when Pau from Mexico came to Spain. Then we had Lino go to Brazil for the job shadowing that was hosted there. We had the training in Brazil where Raimi and I attended as for now in Italy. And all of us have been really devoted to the project to create the documents and also to try to bring everything we learned to Spain and to the organization there and try to apply all our knowledge for new projects that, as Raimi has just explained, have been taking part in our organization.
Thank you, Carla. And maybe a last question. How do you see the dissemination actions that we are going to take for the project from side of Tabala?
Then usually when our European and international project, this part, the dissemination is very important for the organization and also for the European Commission. And then usually when a project finish, during 1 month more or less, we will put some posts in our social media, share the experience or toolkits and website. And at the end, also we create some news for our media in our town and in our region, and we send more or less during this 1 month at finally with a special media that we have connected with climate change in Valencian television.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thanks for your contribution.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Tabala. And now from Tabala, we move to the other continent, to country that is very known of many things. It's also very big and having a lot of variety. And within this beautiful country of Brazil, we have amazing team of youth workers and great partner Fools. And youth work for them is marked by qualitative system of daily activities based on international volunteering about culture exchange, languages, and local projects developed to sustainability and green. And it's visibly and perceivable from there that what is their mission in their soul. So please come and join us. And of course, we have some questions for you. So, the first question that we have to Fools, to our Brazilian partner, is which green paradigms of change do you think that TED3 has provided for your youth worker, has provided your youth workers with? Who is gonna reply? Enrique.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having us. It's been such an honor and a pleasure to take part in this fantastic project. Um, well, first of all, I think TED3 made us realize that like having bad sustainable practices does not only affect our local areas, but it affects the whole earth in general. So the actions we take locally affect actually the whole world, and TED3 made us definitely realize that. And as I took part in the job shadowing in Poland, I saw so many things happening there, and I was so amazed of how sustainable Łódź was trying to be and trying to become. And that also made me realize that Brazil had also a lot of projects happening that we just had no idea. And it made me be more in touch and be more aware of what was actually happening in my country to make it greener and more sustainable as well. So TED3 was fantastic in opening my mind in that way. Also, we noticed and we realized that we have to take action right now. We have to act at this moment. We should have started long ago, and there is no time to miss. And that sustainability in a greener future it's the only way of having a future in our world. And TED3 also made us see that governments and corporations, yes, they are responsible for a better and more sustainable future, but also ourselves. So we need to take part in the action and demand better well, actions in general from all of us, humans, corporations, and governments.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kike. Thank you. So I go with the next question. How do you think that TED3 results will be finally transferred to other colleagues at the FULS? And how about your youth workers after TED3 at the FULS?
Okay. So, first of all, we'd like to say that during this time of the project, the FULS develop and put in practice few sustainable actions. First, we are being self-sustainable through solar energy. So all the activities that the FULS is managing in our place, in our city, we are using solar energy. Second, the FULS became 100% paperless company. So you don't use any more paper in our activity, in our daily routine. And this was it's been a beautiful action for us to see how we can improve day by day in our routine and with everyone. So we to encourage people not use disposable plastic anymore inside of the farm in our place. So we are using glasses, cup of glasses, so everything that you can clean and use again, and you can be more sustainable day by day again in our daily routine. And for sure, we are learning a lot. You already discussed about it, and you are so excited to return to our place and to promote conference and trainings, instigating all to go further in new actions and to be more sustainable in our life, in our daily routine, in our home, in our activities, in our places.
Thank you very much, Morgana.
And another question that we have to you is about future plans, hopes, and expectations. Where would you like to see a TED3 family in next 3 or 4 years?
Thank you very much. All right. When we're talking about future, we need to be understanding what happened in the present. And in the present, we have developed intercontinental partnerships, right? And this, I think, was one of the most interesting things about this project. And when we have developed a relationship like that, we also create a bond where we focus on kind of instigate ourselves to do better, to be more sustainable every month, every day, every week, every month, every year, right? And that's what I can see us doing in the next couple of years. And finally, during the project, we have dreamed about projects in our local communities, in our local countries, and I believe that in this next 3 years, we are all be able to move those dreams forward to become realities. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much to these three fools with these beautiful t-shirts. Thanks a lot for being with us. And it has been a real pleasure to collaborate with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And from the other side of the world, we come back to Europe. And looks like to a flag of three colors, horizontal ones. Well, we are really glad to introduce our colleagues from Tartu Youth Center. Ellen and Caroline, please join us. It's a pleasure to have you here in Reggio Calabria. Welcome, welcome. Real pleasure to have you here with us in Reggio Calabria for the first time, but not last. After our great collaborations together, let's see for a moment what TED3 has brought into Tartu Youth Center in the takeaways and results of Estonia with it and related to TED3. So in Estonia, you have developed different activities actually. Within the TED3 project, you had a part of participation in the mobility, you had local workshops, you had job shadowing. So what do you think the Tartu Youth Center did bring to youth workers in your local actions, as Youth Work Center is very active locally? Sure.
Thank you from our side as well to be here. It's glad. And hi, I'm Ellen. To answer to this question, yeah, we have quite a lot of activities in our center overall, but what we have done and brought to the youth workers is, of course, the change of the mindset, like thinking greener, and therefore also putting it into the action. For example, I think today we are quite keen on the cloth decorations and using recyclable or reusable everything. Are those awards or some kind of tech work? So I would say that the greener thinking is for sure the thing with what we have brought from the TED3.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. And another question that we have, it's what do you think that connects and interlink Estonian youth workers and TED3 still today?
Thank you. I think that the connecting part between TED3 and us in Tartu are our webinars, which we have made and which we can use in our channels and spread awareness about greener environment. And also, I agree with Ellen that it has a massive part in our mindset changing journey, that we think a lot more about our actions and how to be more green. And also these experiences we got, the places we have a chance to see, and yes.
Thank you, Caroline. So last maybe question, maybe, huh? If you look at the three in the upcoming years, how would you like to continue with the mission of spreading the results of the project, the outputs and the collaboration with us?
For sure, we have the toolkits and everything, and we have tried out our activities that we have added there, but we haven't tried or used activities that other countries have put into the toolkit. So for sure we're gonna try those out because everything new is special and interesting. And I would also say that in our organization we're gonna challenge our coworkers and of course youngsters to think even greener and make some kind of input into the future as well, yeah, to give something back to the environment. And I hope that maybe in a year, maybe in 5 years, our TED3 family will come together as once again and see the results, what have changed and what isn't.
TED4.
TED4, yes. And so on and so on.
So on and so on. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, as during our project, we were flying from one side of the Atlantic Ocean to the other side, and now we will also travel back to Latin America, to amazing country that it's very known, I think, in the world from enormous biodiversity, beautiful mountains, amazing mountain of Machu Picchu, and the highest located lake in the world, Titicaca. And the country is, of course, Peru. So welcome our Peruvian friends. Welcome. So we have some questions for you, and the first one is related to exactly how it was going for Centro Urbes and TED3, and how do you think that youth workers between Europe and Latino America had the chance to merge experiences and vision during this whole period of collaboration? Juan.
Thank you. Thank you for having us in this beautiful process with all the partners from all over the world. And we think that even now we keep comparing our realities and different contexts with every country that has been part of this. And also we have found that we kind of share the same vision and goals for the environment and for youngsters as well. So coming from that, we can make some actions and reach what we want, that it's a common wellness. So thank you.
Thank you.
Another question. When you consider the transferability of the results and multiplying the impact of the outputs that we have achieved and of the TED3 in general, what is your action plan to enlarge the TED3 knowledge?
Thank you. The action that impacted us the most was the job shadowing, because we could transfer our knowledge in a very specific way to other participants from another countries. So we plan a whole personalized experience to get them to know the way we work, where, and which reality we face. So in the same line, we think that the job shadowing is so powerful that we can do it with partners for other cities in our country. And because our country is like diverse, and we consider that this will be very impactful for Peruvian youth organizations.
Thank you very much. And next question.
Yes, the next question is related to TED3, but onwards, looking forward. And how do you see TED3 of tomorrow? How do you see the next eventual potential steps to take?
Thank you, Rocket. Well, for us, like the very obvious next step is to share all that we've been learning here, the knowledge that we created or developed together with our organization. So we would like to have maybe a formal presentation of not just for the web page or the book that we are developing for the 5 products. And after that, we must develop like our own tools, but using this information, all the good practices that you share with us. And well, looking forward to the future, for sure we consider all of you our partners for life. And we know now that working remotely is possible, so it's not necessary to be like in the same country to keep in touch, to develop projects, to have like common dreams. But yes, we would love to keep cooperating, to see you again for sure, and keep going with our green green future world that we are like dreaming together.
Thank you very much, Claudia.
Very much.
Thanks. And now,
And now we are gonna moving back to Europe, and it's the country that it's really fascinating for many aspects, and is representing a lot of cultural heritage in Europe. The statistics I've read once that it's around 80% of historical cultural heritage is coming from this country. But also people who are coming here to that country are always enjoying also amazing food, and of course with the great attention to zero food waste. And I'm speaking about Italy. So I will ask questions to our 3 Italian representatives of EuroDemos Youth Mobility NGO. And the first thing is very related to now current meeting, because Italy had relevant role as co-organizer and also territorial declination of activities related to sustainable development. And what achievements could you share?
I think I can answer this one. So, hello. Well, the first thing I can tell you is that EuroDemos is very happy and actually proud of having been supporting this project since it very began. We can make this sort of metaphor of TED3 being a sort of a, well, tree. So it is giving its fruit, we can say so, in some sense. And well, one of this, it could be, for instance, our cooperation with the metropolitan city of Reggio Calabria. We are sharing some important informations related to these projects and its results throughout the years with many stakeholders from both local and regional area. But also, we can also say that we cooperated with schools, implemented workshops with youth, local youth, as it is very important to us to spread the word, let's say. Although this was happening, let's say, much easily when there was no such thing as COVID. Nowadays, it's a bit more harder, but we are still managing in some sense, let's say. And last but not least, we can also talk about the impact of such a 4-year cooperation on level of youth work and quality of our youth work, because it broadened our vision, let's say, of what actually youth work is. But it didn't only do it for us, it did also for our state, our government, because we are finally getting youth work recognized on a national level. So we can actually talk about quite big achievements, which really took their time to come, and that we are very proud of being sort of a basis for them to actually be.
Thank you very much, Davide. Another question. TED3 has been a source of inspiration for green, and also in Italian flag there is green color, so I believe it's also very important aspect for your country. And so related to green and leading organization where you develop youth work activities, how to make it sustainable in the organization, because we are all of us representing organizations, and how it is in Italy to have a green organization, and which experiences you can connect to it.
Hello. First of all, also on my side, thank you very much for this organization, and thank to everybody who has participated in this project. The 3 as an experience was really unforgettable. Looking back at the reports, talking, having conversation with all the EuroDemos colleagues, it really results as a really unforgettable experience, and it also gave a big basis and the necessary inspiration for many other Erasmus Plus projects that are to come, and also to develop more practices related to this topic. And if I have to talk about single experiences, I would say most probably the most remarkable was the job shadowing that was hosted in September 2019, and also the last training of trainers that happened in Brazil in 2020, just before the COVID pandemic unfortunately started. And also the knowledge that was exchanged in Mexico was also a really important standpoint. All these steps, all these learning points of the TED3 legacy has really left some important imprinting, in my opinion.
Thank you. Well, as I know you, Silvia, the CEO of the EuroDemos, of the organization, and I already heard that, EuroDemos will continue the leadership of the 3. So my question is, how and what do you see for the project dissemination and transferability? Can you tell us?
I can tell something. I cannot tell other things. I'm joking. I will try to. First of all, yes, it's true. We are going to continue the leadership of TED3. We already launched the research in Latin America and in Europe to gather information about the updates of another focus that is now a bit more current, I would say. It's not only about environmental, but it's environmental related to how to overcome social exclusion through environmental practices. It's a bit more specific. So it's true, yes, absolutely. And about the project dissemination, we already contacted the agency in Brussels, and what we want to do, first of all, is to inform all the agencies in Europe with our materials. That's the first. We want to organize some workshops online, exactly to try to reach easily this flagship that created, in a way that we can spread a bit more both the survey we launched and the outputs, let's say, that they are there. And we will do it through the website and through the other channels. We already are in touch with the Europe Direct here in the city, with the Metro City, as my colleague yesterday, a few minutes ago, Davide has said. we entered a big partnership at the Metro City of Reggio Calabria for the UN Sustainable Development Goals. I believe everybody knows what is it. So we already started this process of transferability. We started actually in 2020, then we were blocked, and now we are retaking upon the waves created. And it is true that in this moment, we are starting also dissemination with other Latin American countries too. 3 specifically of them. And we have marked in our calendar for 2023 already an appointment, which I cannot say much until now. We will see. And all the TED3 legacy will be informed of. They can take part digitally. And you will know about further steps if there will be a, I don't know, TED 3, 4, I don't know, 5 something, or TED 3 Pro something, TED 3 2. We will see, but definitely, yes, we got the leadership and we are going to continue with it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Italy. Okay. So, now Italy already presented their perspective and replied to the questions. And now we are gonna moving again to the other side of the ocean. Silvia, will you tell us where do we go?
Well. We welcome dear Pauline and dear Poncho from our partner organization Global Unity, Summa Causa in Mexico. Very glad to have you in TED3. Last 4 years and a half. In our case, we bring lifelong memories from the experience we had in the training of trainers in 2019. We have been in Ciudad de Mexico, we have been in Tepito, you have brought us on field work, where almost nobody can bring people sometimes. And super thankful of that experience that is like unforgettable. We have some questions for you too. What led you to take part in TED3? Like when the project originated, like when we started, which was the mission that was important for your target group and organization at that time or even now? What was?
Yeah, I will start with that. It's thank you again, Silvia, Bartek, and everyone for this great opportunity. It's a pleasure and a great honor to be here and to be part of this amazing project, TED3. As Global Unity, Summa Causa, and as our name says, we aim about unity. We know that humanity is one, that we are all brothers, sisters, and we live in the same planet, in the same Earth, Mother Earth. No, so for us, this goes very well and accomplished with our mission, that it's to connect humanity, to connect people, to create networks, and to grow as persons, but also as a community, a global community. TED3 also goes in our goals. It's very well accomplished with our goals that goes into more sustainable future, a green energy, global warming, and we are very concerned about the environment. So it's perfect to be part of this project, and TED3 has been a really good example of how intercultural and international projects could be and the outcomes that can come from that. And we have learned a lot, and we are really, really glad to be part of this.
Thank you.
Thank you. So as you look a little bit backwards, but also from the position of now and the previous experience, how TED3 supported the change in your youth society in Mexico that you are advocating for, that you're working for?
Thank you. How are you? Okay. This support a lot of things in this exchange, multicultural exchange between some members of the team of Global Unity and we know about many kinds of participation and organization of some of your organizations, and it is we learn too much about the ones of the best practices in the world of the green education and to take care of the environment.
Thank you very much.
Well, maybe last question. What do you see in the future of TED3? You?
We both will answer a little bit, but yeah, well, first of all, we gotta see the moment we are living. No, we just passed one of the, I think for our generation, one of the most biggest challenge that we had about the pandemics, and something that happened after the pandemics was like the use of trash, waste, and plastics, and face masks, and all of that that happens after the pandemic will grow. So I think now it's more important than ever to take care of the environment, to share good practices, and especially pay attention to education. So I think the future of TED3 is to extend, to replicate in our countries. Of course, we will do that in Mexico, but of course, each of us have this responsibility to share this in a broader level because the world really needs it. We are in a crucial moment, in a turning point, I think, in our generation. So I think sustainable education, green consciousness and awareness is relevant and important, and TED3 goes into that direction. So I think that it has a great chance to extend, to replicate, and to multiply all over the world. Pa?
Paulina?
You say everything. Well, we see the possibility of extend our job in many countries. As I say before, exchanging all the time, and TED is a great opportunity for the young people to grow in this knowledge about the green education.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, and I believe that we have only one left country coming back to Europe, really. And here we come with the applicant who made this possible. So we welcome and introduce our teams from Europejska, Fundacja, Rozwoju, Człowieka, Martin, Szymon, and Bartek. Welcome, dears. Hello.
Hello.
I will go straight with questions, right? Okay. So, cherry on top. TED3. Bartek, recalling the past and seeing how TED3 evolved and how it started, how it was transforming, and how it arrived here in Reggio Calabria at the end. So, how do you see this evolution of the foundation?
Well, I would say that it started with the big dream of, first of all, having a better world and better future, more green, more sustainable, and searching for the way that the idea could see the reality, could meet the reality. And after getting the approval of our project proposal, I believe we were super excited about this chance and trust of the Commission, but also we felt very big responsibility for leading such a project. And well, to be honest, it was a pretty new experience for our organization to work intercontinentally, because until that moment, until the beginning of the project, we were working within a European framework. So it was new experience, and we were having, of course, a lot of hopes, dreams, and imaginations. And sometimes, especially at the beginning, I think it was seeming as something a bit unbelievable that, whoa, it's happening for real. And when we met in March 2019, it started becoming reality. Those people coming from Latin America for the kickoff meeting, this Mexicans, beautiful Mexicans, amazing Peruvians, and fantastic Brazilians. They were in our city. They were seeing our country, and we were agreeing on all further steps, all the procedures and the differences also that are within our countries. And from that moment onwards, in 1 month and something later, we went to Mexico. So it was I think the contrary experience that for Europeans maybe was the first time to be on the other side of Atlantic Ocean. And from there, it started speeding up, because later on we started set of job shadowings that were on both sides, and we were also happy to host in our city. So one of the people here was Kike, and there was also Patricia from Peru, from Centro Urbes, and we were super happy that we could share our experiences and practices. And then it arrived end of the year, youth local workshops in the countries, and beginning in Brazil. And then surprise came that didn't allow us to meet again. So we had a lot of considerations how it will be possible to go with the project onwards. We are having different ideas that we presented also to the commissions, but everything was changing so dynamically around that some travels were possible, not possible, not possible at all, possible partially, and so on. And the time has passed. We kept in touch with our ideas and the amazing work that we made until that moment, and we finally arrived till this moment when we got green light from the commission again to organize the frontal meeting in Italy, in Reggio Calabria, and we are meeting here and finalizing our cooperation within this project. But I believe it's not ending up here. So looking forward with amazing also hopes for the future.
Thank you, Bartek. Now, building capacities and making youth workers as a cross-sectoral cooperation more sustainable. What we achieved and how do you see the next step of EuroFRC for TED3 and for the youth workers at the foundation?
All right. Bartek has actually partially answered my question, but what I can just say in short, our greatest achievement so far has been building capacities with the youth workers, and at least with like cross-sectoral cooperation, in which has been so sustainable. And this has been like the greatest success. And obviously, from what everyone also has mentioned, you can see the effect of that cross-sectoral cooperation. And obviously, that has also managed to make TED3 sustainable. Thank you.
Welcome. And last, I believe, which TED3 do you want to see tomorrow for all of us? Shimon?
I will tell one thing. When I was a kid, in Poland we had a lot of snow, but now when the time is passing, there is almost no snow. Okay, we have mountain area when we still have a lot of snow. But for example, in my city, in Wrocław, during winter, we almost don't have any snow. So which that I would like to see, it's global warming, because it's a very important topic, and a lot of people are not aware about it, about this problem, about this huge problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Polish team. Thanks for the application of it, and thank for being here with us. That's right. I think we move onwards a bit with the closing of this conference. But prior closing the conference, and we have to thank you all one by one to have been here. And here, we mean here, even all over the project, it has been an amazing process, difficult with obstacles, as in any project. There are always obstacles to overcome. I believe this partnership has proven that impossible things are possible, exactly because we overcame together. We were stubborn enough to go through a pandemic, to fight for it, and to continue saying, yes, we want to close this project in one way or in another. And we made it. We made it together, jointly. Every single minute you dedicated to this project, it has changed something into society. It has given something to environmental youth work and social work. And surely we are extremely thankful for that. And we want to see more of that. It's not the end, absolutely. It's just the beginning. It's a new beginning now. Before saying goodbye, we cannot say bye-bye in this way. Prior closing our conference, we have to remember some of those great youth workers that have crossed TED3. Because we are here together. We are 18 of us today, but there have been other people before that. And especially some of them have really done the history of the TED3 legacy, absolutely. And without them, the TED3 footprint probably won't exist so beautifully, so amazingly, in some mesmerizing way. So before closing, I'd love to, from side of all of us here, co-organizer, to thank Pablo and Estefania from Mexico. They not here, but they are with us. And all the Global Unity team that hosted us in 2019.
Of course, we would love to say thank you to all the Italian team present here now with us, but also those who are taking part and building earlier stages of the projects, which were also Raffaele, Giulia, and Beatrice.
Many things want to be possible without a lot of efforts in general from EuroFRC in Poland. But if there was one person who really marked out this project and is not here with us is Natalia. And then another person who has worked out things silently during her beautiful internship at EuroFRC and was Maria. Then, continuation, we move to 3 more people. Those people are from Centro Urbes and are Fran, Oscar, and the super Diego.
We have also a person who started participating in this project initially as representative of Spain, Nazareth and Marta.
Without them, many things won't happen. And then, when we speak about people who really marked the story very much of the Fools, Leo, Milena, and Anna, and all the team actually in Deal. And then, last but never the least, nothing would have been possible with Yannick and Hélène, but especially with our beloved Marlies from Estonia. And behind the curtains of those names and those organizations, we trust there are many other names that we are not mentioning or that we met when we visited you, when our participants moved from one side to another to do the job shadowings or other parts of the mobilities. But still, you know, the history of TED3 is done with today. It's now time just to pack our suits, go back and report to the European Commission about those 4.5 unforgettable years. So the new beginning is in the ending, and officially TED3 is closed. Thank you everybody for coming here, and it has been really a pleasure for all.
Well, so after this, I think it's difficult to say anything else, anything more, especially and try to sound wise. It's not possible. It's just big thank you for all your participation, all your contribution. And indeed, we believe that, okay, TED3 project officially is gonna ending up soon, and our meeting is about to end. But our partnership, cooperation, friendship, and dreams of better future are just begun. Thank you.